What up, y'all? Yeah, I just want to remind y'all two very important things that the heart does. In this society is very, if you want to simplify, it's either head or heart based problem, situation, action, thought, etc. So, this world is very head heavy, a lot of logic, a lot of me as opposed to us, a lot of thinking and overthinking. So being that this world that we live in, it rewards head heavy behavior, I am so fond of heart heavy ways of being. So quick reminder of the difference between something that has you in your head and in your heart. Two major important things that the heart does that the head cannot. Number one, and very obviously, feel. Right? When I ask people, yo, how you feeling? A lot of times they'll tell me what they think they're feeling. I'm not asking you what you're thinking. That's head shit. I'm asking you how you're feeling. That's heart shit. I'm often in my heart, so I use my heart to communicate to others. Other hearts. A lot of times when they are disconnected from their own heart, I can't connect with them either. That's because that's really my means of connecting with people, through the heart, not through the small talk, not through all the, there's too many boxes. I think outside the box. The head is box behavior. The head constructed the box. It logically figured out the exact angles to have for each corner in the box. It knows the measurements of each wall in the box. It knows the parameters perfectly. That's all head shit. The heart is what is inside of that box that doesn't like the limitations that have been placed upon it by the box, But it's important to give the heart its credit, man, because it feels, while the brain does not feel, the mind does not feel. You might be overthinking about something that causes you to feel stressed and anxious. But that's because you fed all your energy to the head. And the head ODing on something is like a woodpecker. It's just pop, 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 pop. And then through this vibration, it is creating the emotion that your heart gotta go along with. Because your heart is a vibration center. And if your brains are just constantly sending it this wave, eventually the heart's gonna have to ride that wave. But separate from the thinking involved, especially what I just said, the heart feels, which is most important, because it's important to know how you feel. If you think about your life, it may be a miserable cocktail of shenanigans and unfortunate events. But how does it feel? Does it feel glorious? Does it only feel shitty when you're overthinking? How's it feeling in the moment? What's happening right now? Not in your head. Don't think about what went on before. Don't think about what's going to happen shortly. Don't think at all about even what's happening now. Just be in the now. Be. The mind does, the heart bees. So the first important thing the heart does is it feels. It allows you to feel those feelings, because emotions themselves are energy in motion. And if we don't feel it, that motion gets stuck and it becomes stagnant. And then our emotions fuck up our frequency, which cause blockages in our energy pathways and lead to diseases and other physical issues that nobody really enjoys going through. So feel those feelings. They're called feelings because they're meant for you to be feeling, okay? So that's that's number one heart job. Number two, equally as important, maybe more, maybe less, but very important regardless. The heart keeps us present in this moment, right here, right now. Our heart is worried about something that's about to happen, or regretting something that did happen, or maybe just wistfully thinking about it. But it's either behind or forward. It's not here. It's never just here. Because even if I'm here, right now I'm blessed enough to be at a glorious setting. Let me share with y'all for a moment. Just being here, existing, blessed by the divine spirit to be in a very divine environment, feeling also divine myself. But it's important to check how you feel, because in my head, man, if I look at what my life looks like on paper, which is the head version of this, you know, this list isn't looking that good, bro. There's a lot of things on this list that are not in the present moment, that only exist in my head, only exist in small compartments in my heart, which I've set aside for worry and other small stupid shit. But in this actual moment, life is beautiful, it's infinite. There's nothing that I can't do or be. All the potential exists right now. It's hard to be in now and in your head. Because even if you're in now and then you're thinking about now, those thoughts were about the now that was from before. It's hard to think live. It's hard to have live thoughts without thoughts clinging on to something from before. And even when it's clinging towards the future, it's usually clinging to an old idea of what the future was supposed to be like. It's all just time. Head shit is all time shit. Time isn't even real. So I like to be in my heart, but I know balance is key. So, but the reason why I say this heart shit is important is because typically in this world that we live in, people, you know, we're rewarded for being head heavy, you know. So just to remind y'all what the importances are of being heart heavy from time to time. Remember, it's all about balance. I love y'all.